So I'm here to answer 3 questions. Why do I do bingo? How do I do bingo? And what do I do for bingo? So I'm gonna answer why you should do bingo really quick. In my personal opinion, I think it's really worth it to do bingo because all of these items are only bingo point transfers, right? To get these talismans done, this bingo blue dye, your spring boots, whatever it is, you have to grind bingo out. Every single player needs spring boots. And of course, I could look it up on the AH and buy it on a normal profile, but not on an IRONMAN profile. So it's very helpful for you to do these bingos. But before I get into anything, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and join up our Discord. We pretty much announce whenever we stream, post videos, or just join up our Discord to come hang out. Thank you for watching, fellas. I hope you guys enjoy the bingo guide, and let's get on into it. I'm gonna answer your next question. What do I do when bingo arrives? Well, personally, what I like to do is about a few days before bingo arrives, I like to go to Hub and run up to the bingo guy, talk to him, and see what our tasks are. He'll give you a little bit of a dialogue here and explain a little bit about bingo here. It's worth it to read it if this is your first time doing a bingo, but I'm here to explain pretty much everything about bingo, how you should do it, what the best ways are to complete some of the things, and everything like that. And if you see here, he says, and remember to have fun. That is the most important part about this. This is meant to be fun. You are meant to have fun while making a little bit of money. I personally really enjoy the bingos. When I first run up on our bingo here, I like to look at all of our tasks here. The green ones that I have completed all over here these are all tasks that you have to do to complete your bingo card. I highly suggest completing your bingo card. Maybe don't speed and finish it off. I'm just gonna look through and classify which are the hard ones, which are the easy ones, and what ones I really have to worry about and which ones I have to plan for. So if you see in there in the top right hand corner, we have our first 2 hard ones here. We got our Oakwood collection, just because that's going to take a lot of time. Fortunately, you have minions, so you're going to be able to have minions to help you with completing all of your bingo. Now, there aren't always hard ones with collections, but a lot of the times there'll be at least one. If there's not one, and there'll be like a really grindy task, like get to a certain skill level that you have to get to, or Heart of the Mountain level, or something like that. There's always typically a bunch of skills in here, and you always have to do a little bit of something. There's always a main focus in a bingo. Our 2 hard ones this bingo was the string collection and the oak collection, if you weren't able to spot it out. In my personal opinion, it actually wasn't too bad. This was a somewhat easy bingo because you had Arachne for string and you had your minions, or if you wanted to, you could have hand grinded out your oak. And then pretty much there's like medium hard ones where you have to go do a little bit outside of like the game, or you need a carry. Like to kill a lost adventure, you pretty much need a carry. You need somebody to actually help you out. So I think that establishing a buddy system is really helpful. Having a friend that you do this bingo with, that you guys plan out and you guys help each other with, you know, swapping to other profiles and carrying each other in like a Slayer, for example. This was another one that was like a medium, just because, you know, you had to go out of your way and go and reach Slayer level 5, which took a little bit. So you needed to use the buddy system a little bit and help each other out. This was a medium one right here. Spawn a golden goblin from a goblin egg. Pretty much the best way to do it, in my personal opinion, is you go grind out your 10 goblin eggs and then you wait for a 10x goblin chance. But the problem with that is that you actually need to get Heart of the Mountain tier 4 or 3, whatever it is, to get Sky Mall, and then you need to roll the 1 in 22 10 times goblin chance. It's a little bit weird. The tier 11 minion wasn't too hard, but let's just say that was a medium one because it's a little bit grindy. It required you to do a little bit of the garden, although you need to do carrots. I didn't end up doing carrots. I did wheat because I felt like it was going to be easier. I'll save it for later, but there is some community challenge tasks this bingo related to breaking crops. I'll explain what the community challenge tasks are here later. And then also you had your medium one where it was really just grind out a chicken minion, place your chicken minion, and grind a super compactor. It really wasn't too bad. Place it down and you go craft a Jerry pet. It really wasn't that hard. It was just another thing where you needed to go out of the way. And then you got like some easy ones where it's like, oh hey, reach non-cosmetic skill average 14. You'll get that just by finishing the bingo out. 500 health, you pretty much get that your first day. 4 commissions, that's easy. You just gotta get to Dwarven Mines. Grand XP bottle, that's just combat level. If you see, there's a bunch bunch of easy ones in here, but I won't yap your ear off. What I'm trying to explain to you here is that there's different easy, medium, and hard challenges, some of which require minions, like these two here, and then some of which that are like medium ones where it does require minions, but you just leave it and you don't really have to worry about it too much. And there you go. Pretty much you get your enchanted eggs from your chicken minions after putting an enchanted egg as a upgrade slot in your minion. And the last question is how? How are you planning to do it? Are you going to visit or manipulate while completing your bingo card? Are you not going to visit or manipulate and you just want to go for a fast completion? You want to go for your bingo points? You want to get done with the bingo as fast as possible, pretty much. So also another question is like, do you have an Iron Man? Because bingo is literally just Iron Man. That's all bingo is, right? Is basically just a speed running version of Iron Man with a bunch of goals that you have to go and complete, that everybody can kind of help each other with, you know, tips and advice and kind of helping, but also competing against each other. A lot of fun. I think that you guys should do it and it's very beneficial. So the reason why you should do bingo if you do have an Iron Man is because you can get items locked behind visitors like a Ringo's pets that he offers, and you can also transfer off your hermit crab, which Fisherman Gerald is a visitor himself. Potentially we're able to fish up all our rusty coins and all the stuff to get him all the way up to potentially epic, maybe legendary, and then maybe another bingo we will transfer off the thing to get him legendary. So these are some examples on why you should pretty much do bingo if you have an Iron Man profile. I'm gonna go over some of the stuff that is really important with bingo here too. For our first thing that we'll talk about is splashes. Splashes are provided by two discords currently that are called Bingo Splash Nation and we got Bingo Brewers. Both of the discords will be linked down in the description. So if you guys want to join up there and get their chat triggers mod, or if you guys want to figure out whenever the splash pings are, feel free to join up those discords. It's pretty much the best way to get God Potion effects on bingo and be able to run around super quick. So if you look here, it says I have 30 active effects, and that's pretty much what a God Splash is. The God Splashes make bingo so much easier, so I highly suggest you guys using the splashes. If you guys are unable to make it to the splash, there's this guy Elixir. If you talk to him twice, he'll splash you with a semi-God Splash. It's dependent on your bingo rank here. So I'm going to show you the bingo ranks, as I think that is probably the most important thing to actually upgrade when you first start playing bingo. Your bingo rank will determine what items you get from the start. First bingo rank doesn't really get much of anything other than the bingo pet. The bingo pet is a pet that will grant you a ton of useful stats that will pretty much make your bingo so much easier. Progressively, as the pet gets upgraded from you completing bingos and you upgrading your bingo rank, also get a little bit of items as you upgrade your bingo rank, right? So if you see here, I have a personal deleter and a personal compactor in our inventory. We get those right at the start of our bingo, because if you look in here, we are the legendary bingo rank. So we pretty much get all of the items that you're possibly able to get from your bingo rank. I pretty much save my points up just in case they release the mythic bingo rank. That'll be pretty cool to have instantly. And then also I could pretty much buy my talismans and such. But just know, keep upgrading your bingo rank before you buy anything else in the bingo shop. None of this stuff is useful until you have your max bingo rank. Your max bingo rank will make your potions 30 minutes longer once your bingo pet is level 100. I don't know if some of you guys have seen that when I shown off the bingo pet here, but the consumer one, it increases your potion effects by 50%. So we get an extra 30 minutes because the splashes are about an hour. So now that I've talked about splashes and whatnot, I'm going to talk about the buddy system that I was mentioning earlier. Like I said, you should go into a bingo expecting to go in with a duo, and if you don't, try to find one in the bingo party. You could do P join bingo party just like this, and maybe ask somebody in there if they want to trade XP, they want to carry you in a dungeon, do they want to trade slayers, whatever it is. Try to ask in bingo party. That'll be your best way to do it, or just, you know, come in with a friend and you guys work together. Another suggestion that I have is try to buy out your shops. The first day you can craft your minions, which will unlock more minion slots for you to make your bingo a whole lot easier. Your bingos are going to be made easier as soon as you place down your minions. So as soon as you get on this bingo, you're pretty much working towards grinding out your minions. As soon as you grind out your simple pet candies on your bingo pet, getting the EXP on your bingo pet early will allow you to complete your bingos faster because of all of these abilities. Also, another thing that people forget about the bingo pet is that the bingo pet is a passive pet. You can swap off of the bingo pet and still get the bingo pet's abilities. So I was using a reindeer pet and still getting a lot of the bingo pet's abilities here, and I'm able to level the pets faster, still get more Heart of the Mountain experience, skill experience, Slayer experience, item collections for many items, while also leveling this up and getting this pet's abilities. So once your bingo pet is level 100, partly finishing your card, because that's around the time that you pretty much get your bingo pet level 100, you can swap to another pet. You can go and grind your community challenges. So your community challenges will give you a good bit extra points here. And if you see all of these, they aren't going to all give you the same amount of points. Now, if you see over here, the reason why is because the fishing and the Jacobs contest is only at number 1. And now if we look at the pelts, or we look at the ores mined, or we look at the crops harvested, all of these are already level 5. So they're going to give you the actual most bingo points you could possibly get from this card. I wouldn't suggest focusing any of the community goals before actually completing your bingo. I would complete your bingo completely and then worry about the community challenges. Also, backtracking a little bit, I would worry about getting your minions set up and worrying about these before worrying about any of the easy or the medium ones. Sure, you could do the little stuff right at the start if you want to, but make sure that you're working towards getting more minions down, because the faster you get your minions down, the more collection you're going to gain and the better it is for you long term. So some helpful mods that I like to use for our bingo is going to be Sky Hanny, and we're going to go to Visitor. Here is one of them, the Visitor Reward Warning. I turn notification in chat, block refusing rewards, and show over the name just so I know, and make sure that some of these items, if not all of these items, are in here, so I actually do not cancel something that is actually pretty useful. Another thing that I turn on is the highlight visitors in Skyblock. This will turn all the visitors that you see in hub and everything like that all to whatever color you set. And then finally, what I would suggest doing is block interactions with visitors always, because on bingo you're able to actually visitor manipulate in, like it says here, dedication cycling, which this will be helpful for extra money going off of the profile onto whatever profile that you want, or if you want to get all of your 10 dedication books so you can actually get the max farming fortune whenever you're at max crop milestone on IRONMAN. On a normal profile, it doesn't matter too much, it's more or less just for the money. If I had a suggestion, if you were on bingo and just going for specifically money, throw in Dusk alongside Librarian, but make sure that whenever you look inside of your bingo board, the bingo doesn't actually have you talk to any visitors, because if you're planning to visitor manip and you actually have to talk to a visitor to complete the bingo card, then you're gonna be kind of screwed whenever you're manipulating. It's just gonna be a little bit worse than you actually intend on it, and it's okay to mess up your first few bingos. It's okay to mess up. It happens, genuinely. Don't beat yourself up too much. Another mod I'd suggest getting is chat triggers, because Bingo Splash Nation and Bingo Brewers both have chat triggers mods that'll allow you to be notified whenever a splash happens without actually being inside of the Discord. But I'd suggest being inside of the Discord alongside having both of the chat triggers mods. Oh, perfect. We just got a splash notification from Bingo Splash Nation as we were talking about it, and that's pretty much what you have to do to get in a hub. There'll be 2 different locations. This will be Bingo Splash Nation's location, and you pretty much just come on in here. Once you're at 60 players in the hub, everybody will come in here, say their placements inside of the bingo, say what they're almost done with, and just come and talk. See, you know, look at everybody in here, all talking about things, whatever they're doing. Ask questions. Everybody in whatever splash party you go into will help you. They don't mind answering a few questions. Be nice. Everybody's super cool, and thank the splashers and the brewers after they splash you. They're super nice. Don't be toxic. They're very cool people. And if you look over here, a few of these visitors are actually highlighted just so I could show it off. I personally have them set to red just so I see them. It's easier for me to spot them, but you can change it to whatever color you want inside of Sky Hanny. So with visitor manipulation, a lot of people ask me about it. It's hard to break down completely because there's a lot of different things that go into it. And what items are you actually going to be going for is going to be the question. And what are you going to need to get done in the bingo? What are you going to be transferring off? What are you trying to get is the question. But a lot of the times, the easy answer is librarian Librarian, and Dusk. For your rare visitor, a lot of the time the bingo has you go to Crystal Hollows, so Gwenedolin will be your rare visitor, and your legendary doesn't necessarily matter. For a normal profile and an Iron Man profile, what I'd suggest doing for your visitors, if you plan to farm and mine, I'd suggest getting Jacob, I'd suggest getting Anita, Jercheline Geoforge, Librarian, and Gwenedolin. If you want to, on a normal profile, you could talk to Seymour for the rare chance that you hit a really nice hex code piece. I'm not going to get too much into the Seymour pieces, but there's a video by some time ago that'll link in the description if you're interested in Seymour pieces. And I'll also link Seymour Cafe down below in the description. So as I mentioned earlier, minions are super important, and if you can see here, I have a ton of them. I actually have 13 minions, so make sure you grind out your minions. Also, it's not a bad habit to grind out super compactors before you go to bed, or at least super compactors for a few minions before you go to bed on the first night or the first time that you're playing, so you actually get a bunch of collection over time for whatever collection challenge is going on. Also, minion expanders are super easy to get now that the new minecart system is introduced, and it allows the pure quartz gems, so get your minion expanders. Now, I didn't have it in the last minion, but it's super important to put tasty cheese or catalysts in your minion, because tasty cheese will boost your minions by 2x for 1 hour. So 11 tasty cheese in there will be 11 hours that'll boost your minions and help you get your challenges done. Specifically, this bingo card, we were in Derpy, and also there wasn't even any challenges pertaining to Enderman kills, so I didn't grind out catalysts or crystal fragments, but on some bingos, I will grind out crystal fragments so I can make catalysts for our minions. It's depending if I want to get a low placement or not. If not, the tasty cheese works just fine. Again, I'm going to mention that the lumberjack merchant will help you a whole bunch with crafting your early game forging minions. We also got the mine merchant that'll sell you some ores over here, some cobblestone, some gravel if you wanted to make those minions, but I definitely suggest it. And then if we head on over to builder, we have the redstone engineer in here that'll sell us redstone to unlock deep caverns a little bit faster. That'll be very beneficial, so you don't have to mine more than you actually need to when you get inside the deep cavern. And on the bright side, you only need 15 enchanted redstone to get inside the dwarven mines, which is actually really, really nice because this will make it a whole lot easier. So I hope you guys enjoyed the bingo guide, and if you guys did, please be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and join up our Discord. We pretty much stream and announce whenever we post a video or anything like that. Come on in there to come and chat with us, fellas. I appreciate you guys for watching till the end, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day or night, whatever it is for you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.